Hey there, everybody. Joe here. Welcome to day 9 of the daily 30-day daily drawing challenge, designed to help you build a daily drawing habit in 10 minutes or less per day. Today, we're going to get started with pencils. So, I wanted to give you a little bit of a kind of a mini primer. There's so many different variations of pencil out there, so I thought I'd show you just a little bit of like what my collection is, and my recommendations on what to take with you when you have your 10 minutes for sketching. The one I recommend is, or at least the one that I'm enjoying the most right now, is this Staedtler mechanical pencil. It's a 1.3 millimeter, which is pretty fat. I'm going to get a couple of my other mechanical pencils here to show you. So with this one, it gives you you can see that it's a really pretty thick line here. You know, but with the pencil, you can obviously get a nice variation in tone, because depending on how hard you push. So let's see if I can remember which is which. So this one, so the big fat one, the 1.3 millimeter, is an HB, and so is this Pentel, but this is I believe these are 0.5 millimeter. So you can see how the line is a lot thinner. We'll put it right up next to these other ones here, but the same thing with the variation. Now it's a little hard to work all the way to the side, but you can get a little bit of a variation in thickness depending on how close to the edge of the paper you put it. This one I have loaded with 2H, which is I think the H stands for hard, but I can't remember what the B stands for. So HB is your number 2 pencil. So the 2H is basically two steps harder than the HB. So this one is 2H, and you can see that if I push down, I'm pushing down about at the same strength. So what's nice about the 2H pencil is that if you do need to erase, take off the back of the pencil here. If you do need to erase, it comes away a lot cleaner. Even though if you have a light touch, it's not as big of a problem. But you can see, like up here, you can see it still a little faint, whereas down here with this hardness, it comes away. So I tend to use the 2H if I know I'm going to be inking over it and then erasing that. My favorite is the Staedtler Mars, it doesn't say Mars on it, but it's the Staedtler 1.3, just because right now I feel like it's I'm enjoying the softness of it. I was drawing almost exclusively with the 2H, but I like the softness of it, the thickness of the line, and so I'm just having fun with it. So one thing I would like to reiterate, though, is the best pencil that you can sketch with is the one that you've got. The best pencil that you can sketch with is the one that you've got. And even if that pencil is a pen, that's your best tool for the job. Because my theory on your sketchbook is that you have an idea in your head and you need to get it down, or you've got something that you want to play around with, but you want to get it into the book, right? You don't want to. You want to kind of eliminate those obstacles in between yourself and the page. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to be using my 1.3 millimeter HB. Okay, and without further ado, let's get started. Press play. Boop. All right, 10 minutes. So, let me stop it. Reset. Today we're drawing shoes. So, I've got one of my Converse All-Stars here, and if you're by yourself, then you can just take the shoe off that you're wearing, put it on the side. If you're not by yourself, you just might want to check how good your shoe hygiene is. So before you do that, otherwise, I recommend just kind of sitting back from the table, crossing your feet, and then basically drawing your foot. So whatever you can, or draw your friend's feet, or somebody else's shoes that's sitting. It happens to be sitting across from you or sitting near you. So there's no I'm looking, yeah, I gotta remember to look at you and not my picture. But there's no strict rules and rules. These are all guidelines. So as long as you're having fun, you got your 10 minutes. Okay, so let's go. Let's get started right now. Press play. Boom. All right, so I've got my shoe here, and let's see. I'm going to break it down into shapes here first. So, and that's why I think the pen was kind of a good start, so that you kind of get this idea of, you know, where your shapes are as you come through, and that's really just kind of important for just in terms of the speed, right? There's if you to get faster, you kind of want to get used to looking at these different shapes and breaking things down, you know, quickly, so that you're not like constantly stuck with, oh, is that like what? How does this shape does the shape look right? And I think that the more you do it, the more you sketch, the more you work into this kind of a thing, the better you get. Just like, I guess, just like anything. So I'm kind of thinking about right now, just really thinking about the shapes, and then trying not to lose track of where I was with the last one, so that I can make sure that this is still a shoe. Let's break this up. I put these big fat red laces in my Converse. I used to paint and do Converse back in high school. I would kind of draw graffiti on them. Oh, okay. Draw inside into the into my binder here, into the spine, the coil, the spring. So what's nice about the pencil is you can get yourself to work a little bit more of the shading. I still think about it. I guess I still kind of, oops, I have these shapes way off. That's all right. I kind of know what's supposed to be there. So I know at this point I can get it to look like a shoe. But in a 10-minute sketch, you're not going to be don't be too hard on yourself. You really want to just get in there, make sure you're having fun, and then the more you do it, the more time you're going to be able to devote to just getting better at sketching. The more realistic you want to be, the better you'll just start doing it. Because every time you work on it, you're going to focus on, you know, what makes it a more realistic drawing. What are the items that you want to pull out? What are you going to stress in your drawing? So yeah, so with some of this, let's see, come through. Now, a good bad thing about these soft pencils is you can kind of get in there and smudge it a little bit if you want to. I don't always do that. I mostly don't do that, I should say. So we want to get, at this point now, we've got the general shape done. You know, I might change up and draw one more. But the key thing is, let's see here, there's a thick line that comes through here. Got a little bit of a crisscrossy grid pattern. And one thing about sketching, especially when you're looking at the details, is you'll start to notice details more. Things will just pop out for you that you didn't even realize. Like, oh wow, I didn't know there was this. Remember that there was this crisscross pattern on the shoe. You can you'll look for what's the texture, you know, and I think that your cross hatching will kind of get you used to doing some of that texture work. Important thing here is to have fun. So an interesting thing, because of this being all navy blue, we really need to kind of tone it the whole way. Did I come up with it? Oh, I might have Yep, you get to see me. Oh, the lead. Sometimes when the lead gets short, you have to go through. And a good thing would be to have loaded this with more lead. So I'm going to pause my timer and show you real quick how to put more lead in. So the back pops off, and you grab your handy dandy extra lead piece, and then you just kind of, let's see here. Come on, there we go. Whenever you're ready. Oh, there we go. And we throw a couple more lead in there. I thought I did it with this one, but I have another one that's yellow. All right, that's enough. So close up that. Pop the cap back on the back. Give myself some triple clicks. Down, come on, hello. There we go. Now it's there. All right, I'm going to set the timer, restart the timer. 4:49 left. Okay, so now when you first get that fresh lead, it might be a little bit, seem like it's a little harder than it was. So I'm just kind of trying to tone it here so I get that whole kind of navy bluish color. And then we'll come through and make it even darker. The one thing I did smear it a little bit earlier, but I think that's probably it's the things I like the least is that it does smear. And if you're going all over the place on your sketchbook, like I tend to, you can kind of find yourself with some big smeary messes if you're not careful of where you put the meat of your hand. So let's see here. Look for where those heavy contrasty areas are. Where are your darkest darks? You have to give yourself a little squint. You know that there's holes here. Taylor. There's kind of a dark shadow here where the back fold is. Kind of a wrinkle coming up. Now you don't have to take 10 minutes on this one, pose. Feel free to move your shoe around if you think, okay, I kind of have an idea for that, but let me take something that's a little bit more extreme. So I'm going to take the shoe and then change its angle and kind of balance it on the top here, and give myself more of a. Make sure I want to get the whole shoe in here, right? So let's see if I can kind of come through that, draw the top, the inside. It's a matter of just following through those shapes. What are those? How do the crisscross shapes work? This kind of comes up more. Look to your negative shapes. Got an open one there. Look to your negative shapes to help yourself identify landmarks and not to fall too much into like bad drawing habits that you're used to doing. And I say that to all of you out there as well as myself, because I had definitely fallen into those problems a lot. It's like, oh, that's an eyeball. Sure, I'm going to draw it this way because I've always drawn it that way. And then you go, oh, why does it look weird? Oh, it's because you drew it like you always draw it instead of what you're looking at. So, but the more you draw like this, the more you get in there, the more you can work on breaking those habits. I'm going to kind of do some fudging in here. Come through. Oh, myself a little bit of more space here. So now that I know that I see that I glanced over, I know I've got about a minute left. So let's get the shape of the shoe so we can tell that it's a shoe. You can sort of get that crisscross pattern. And I'm obviously faking this in. There's a smaller pattern underneath. A little shadow. Let's pull through some of these darks. And make sure we get this. Oh, I'm going to pause. And I'm going to get this last dark in here. Feel free to go over on your time a little bit. I mean, I know I pretty much do every day, every time we're doing this. But don't, you've got your 10 minutes. If you feel like it, just keep going. I'm not going to keep going for too long because I know 10 minutes or less here. But yeah. And then sometimes, you know what? If you feel like it, sign it. It's a little wonky, but it's fun, right? So there you have it, the pencil, the lowly pencil. So I hope you're having fun with this. If whatever pencil, like I said, the best pencil to use is the pencil you've got. And if that pencil is even a pen, keep going with the pen. But I suggest a mechanical pencil because it's easier to use. You don't have to remember to take your pencil sharpener with you. Not that it's difficult. It's just one more thing. So if you got a mechanical pencil, a pen, and a little sketchbook, you're always good to go. If you get the right size sketchbook, it'll fit in your pocket. So hope you're having fun. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it. Happy Monday. You guys got this. If you did a minute, if you did 5 minutes, if you did 30 seconds, you're keeping up with your habit, drawing every day. So you got it. High five. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot. Hey, if you can give somebody a reason to smile, you just might get to smile too. So I love you all. Thanks again for joining me. Oh, and then if you watch this far, please give me a like, share this video with your friends, and subscribe if you're so inclined. And there'll be more content like this. Maybe I'll do some deeper dives into my pencil collection and what I do when I can go outside. Today, it's I'm filming this a little bit out of order, but I think it's 0. It was 0 this morning. 0 degrees Fahrenheit, which is it might be like -20 in Celsius. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. But 0, it's cold. It's very cold. And anyway, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks a lot. I love you all. And I'll see you tomorrow, where we will be doing a pile of clothes. And for me, the pile of clothes might involve just a clean sock, maybe a t-shirt. So we'll be looking at wrinkles and folds. So thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.